Howdy folks, today I'm going to teach you how to use the Angels and Demons server application. Before we start, I should note that the server app is primarily meant for LAN use, meaning only local use. You can allow remote connections, but please be aware that opening your home network can put your network security at risk. Make sure you really know what you're doing first. This guide will not cover port forwarding or how to set up remote connections. And with that out of the way, let's get started. The first thing we are going to do is get our local IP address. This is the only step with any variability to it. If you're hosting for remote connections, you'll need your public IP address. Let's start by pressing the Windows key and R. In the Run dialog, we're going to type CMD and then press Enter or click OK. Now, in this new command window that should open, we're going to type ipconfig, just like that, and then we'll press Enter. Now, this command does show some personally identifiable information related to your network, so I've went ahead and prepared a screenshot in advance. You should get something like this. I'm using Ethernet, so under the Ethernet adapter column here, we're going to look for IPv4 address and get these four numbers. This is your local IP address. So, now that we have this, we're going to go ahead and move over to our server application and get it running. We're going to take 5 seconds to read this warning and where we can report bugs to, and then we'll press Enter. The default port of 7272 should be fine, but if you want to change it, here's where you do it. We'll press Enter again, and the server is now running. As you can see, it says server is up and running on port 7272. If, for some reason, the port you have inputted is already being used by a different application, the server app will automatically count upwards until it finds an open port, in which case, double check this port number here to make sure that you have a correct port. Now we're going to move over to our game clients. Let's move some things around here, and we'll go ahead and join a game. So we'll take this information we've gathered, 10.0.0.246, and we'll press Enter. We're using 7272 as our default port. If we weren't, this is where we would change it in the game client. And then we'll press Enter, and we've connected. We can see here that we've connected with socket 1. Now, we'll go ahead and enter a username. We don't really care in this case for a username, so we'll press C and press Enter. Now in our server app, we can see player 1 has joined the game. This will change based on whatever username the player inputs. Now, let's go over to our second client, and we'll join a game. This 127.0.0.1 address as the default, this is for localhost, meaning if you are hosting the server and a game client on the same PC, you can use this value to connect. So we'll go ahead and press Enter. We're using 7272, and we've connected. We'll enter a default username, and let's go ahead and select our characters as well. Now, let's move back over to our server application here, and we're going to look through some commands. We can use /help to view all the available commands, and /help with a command name, let's say set HP, and see information about that command. In this case, we can set the HP characters should have in versus mode from 1 to 999. We'll leave it at the default for now. So let's go ahead and do /startGame, which will send all the connected clients into a new game, provided that everyone has a character selected. As we can see, we've been sent into a game. Let's double check and make sure we can see each other. And we can. Main character and Yui are both right here. They can jump on each other, and they both take damage. Runes are spawning as indicated by the sound effect, the arrow, and the server message here. So, we can also go ahead and go back to the server application here, and we will prematurely end this game, since we know everything is working and connected properly. We do /endgame and send that signal to both game clients to go ahead and end that match. And we'll wait just a second for them to reach the main menu. As we can see here, there we go. And finally, when we go to shut down the server, we should use the /shutdown command. This command will send a signal to all the connected clients, sending them back to the main menu if they want to continue playing the game on their own. Server has shut down, returning to main menu. And there you have it. You now know how to set up an Angels and Demons server. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave a comment, and make sure to drop a like on the video if this helped. See ya!